No, no, that's too obvious.
Fire!
Alright, fuck this. You guys get Kirby music.
You know, when Japan said they had a love for firearms, I don't think this is what they meant. Before I continue, I should cover the burn status effect. Like poison, you want to fill the burn meter in order to inflict the burn status. Here's a list of enemies and their vulnerability to burn. When an enemy is inflicted with burn, it creates a stun effect, comparable to that of firecrackers. Most enemies are open to a free body shot as a result. Afterburn deals 5% max health damage, so its damage is nothing special. But the big trick is that it freezes posture regen. And if you have Imbue, you can then do a follow-up that coats your blade in flame. On hit, you will inflict 1 point of the burn status effect, even if your attack is blocked or parried. Also, the flames give you a sword buff similar to Divine Confetti. It adds 0.25 damage to every attack. To maximize use, pair this up with damage dealers like poison and posture dealers like the axe. Inflict poison on your targets, then switch to the flame vent and set them on fire. Then switch to a posture dealer like the axe. The combined fire and poison damage will lower their health to the point posture regen slows, and the burn damage will keep whatever posture you make in the meantime. Keep in mind that the fire status is based on sword impacts, so combat arts like Floating Passage inflict burn status twice as fast because you do 2 sword swings in the window it takes to do 1. With the Divine Confetti-like buff, you can use specific combat arts to maximize that as well. If you coat an enemy in oil, the fire status effect is built up twice as fast. Also, you deal 25% more fire damage. I stress fire damage. Prosthetics with fire like your axe, shield, and spear, the fire only makes up some of the damage, so it won't be as buffed. Also, this buff only applies while the target is covered in oil. Once the burn status is inflicted, the oil status is removed, thus, you lose your damage buff. Remember that enemies with red eyes flinch at the sight of fire. Not the ogre, enemies with red eyes. Red-eyed ogre might be the first red eye you come across, but no red eyes means not afraid. Also, the Guardian Ape is very sensitive to burn. While the burn status usually only opens up to 1 free shot, the Guardian Ape will spend a significant amount of time to put himself out. There are 3 styles of fire. Standard, unlocked with the standard flame vent. Charged, unlocked with the spring-loaded flame vent. And Spew, unlocked with Okanaga's flame vent. The Charged Flame is the most Spirit Emblem efficient way of dealing burn, only costing you the base 3 Spirit Emblems you get a whopping 8 points of burn, plus the lingering fire can set enemies ablaze as well. A vast majority of enemies and bosses will get the burn status effect from a single blast. That blast knocks both you and the opponent backwards. If that's not enough, imbue your sword with flames and finish the job. Downside is that this has a very long charge up and recovery time. I wouldn't blame you if you thought you couldn't imbue your sword. You can, but you have to finish recovery first. The constant stream of fire is the fastest way to inflict burn status, though it's also the most expensive. 3 spirit emblems for the initial blast, 3 to start the stream, then 3 spirit emblems per second for that stream is active. Also, you can't defend yourself while spraying the fire, and the flames can obscure vision. That said, you don't have to hose them. Just spray for a few moments to get them closer to being burned, then imbue your sword and finish the job. Long standard spray is the least efficient way, but also the safest way. It has the smallest charge up and short cooldown. You also don't necessarily need to use the flame vent to cast burn. Just get them close. Then use another prosthetic as the coup de grace. We've already covered Okanaga's flame vent when talking about burn, so let's focus on the Lazulite flames. The Lazulite flames are not true flames and thus cannot inflict burn. However, the Lazulite Flamethrower deals more damage than the traditional Flamethrower. Not only that, but it deals bonus damage to apparitions. When you imbue your sword, once again you get a divine confetti-like buff. And once again, you get no burn. But there is a silver lining, the big one being that your sword will remain imbued for a longer period of time. Still shorter than actual divine confetti, but significantly longer than the flame vent. The imbue is the same as divine confetti, and thus you can use this to damage apparitions. The longer imbue time plus more damage on the initial burst means that if you're not after burn, then the Lazulite flames are superior to normal ones. Remember that the flames cannot be blocked. If you use normal blast to imbue, you only need 5 hits of direct health damage to put it on par with Mortal Draw. Mind you, I'm only considering the 0.25 damage buff. And if you use a fully charged blast, 3 direct health hits will do more damage than Empower Mortal Draw. Even with the 5% burn, Lazulite generally does more damage than traditional fire. You can also mix and match. As mentioned, a good combo is to deal health, then fire. Open up the Lazulite to deal health damage. Then swap the fire for posture. So to recap, the burn status freezes enemy posture regen. While the flame blast and aftermath deal damage, it doesn't deal that much. Pair it up with dedicated damage dealers to reduce health low enough so that posture regen slows. The Lazulite Flame Vent can't inflict burn, but it has better health damage dealing.
世がれに破れるか。